The 9-year-old was dying and needed a donor match. When Steve Harvey stepped forward, what happened next saved a life and shocked the medical world, proving that true heroism means risking everything to save a stranger's child. It was January 2023, and 9-year-old Mia Rodriguez was running out of time. The bright, energetic 4th grader from Phoenix, Arizona, had been battling end-stage kidney disease for 2 years, and despite being on the national transplant waiting list, no suitable donor had been found. Her doctors at Phoenix Children's Hospital had given her family the devastating news that without a kidney transplant within the next 6 weeks, Mia might not survive. Mia's parents, Carmen and Miguel Rodriguez, had exhausted every option. They had both been tested as potential donors, but neither was a match. Extended family members, friends, and even strangers from their community had volunteered for testing, but none had the rare blood type and tissue compatibility that Mia needed. "We've been praying for a miracle for 2 years," Carmen said, through tears during a local news interview. "Mia is such a fighter, such a beautiful little girl, who just wants to go back to school and play with her friends. But we're running out of hope." The news story about Mia's desperate need for a kidney donor was picked up by national media and eventually reached the producers of The Steve Harvey Show. When Janet Miller, Steve's executive producer, saw the story, she immediately thought of Steve's history of helping families in crisis. "Steve has always had a soft spot for sick children," Janet told her team. "Let's reach out to this family and see if we can help find Mia a donor through our platform." 2 weeks later, Carmen and Miguel Rodriguez sat nervously in the green room of The Steve Harvey Show with Mia, who despite her illness was excited to meet the television host she had been watching in the hospital. "Mommy, is Mr. Steve Harvey really going to help me find a kidney?" Mia asked, her small hand holding her mother's tightly. "We hope so, Mia. We're going to ask him to help us find someone who can save your life." When Steve met Mia before the show, he was immediately struck by her spirit and determination despite her obvious illness. She was small for her age due to her kidney disease, pale from treatments, but her eyes sparkled with life and hope. "Hi, Mr. Harvey," Mia said with a big smile. "I watch your show in the hospital. You help lots of people." "Hi, sweetheart," Steve replied, kneeling down to Mia's level. "I hear you're a very brave little girl." "I am brave. Mommy says I'm the bravest girl she knows, but I need someone to share their kidney with me so I can get better." Steve felt his heart breaking as he looked at this beautiful child who was fighting for her life with such courage and optimism. "Mia, we're gonna do everything we can to help you find that kidney, okay?" During the show, Carmen and Miguel shared Mia's story with the audience. They explained how their daughter had been born with a rare genetic kidney condition that had progressively worsened despite medical treatment. "Mia has been on dialysis 3 times a week for the past year," Miguel explained. "She spends more time in the hospital than she does at home or school. All she wants is to be a normal little girl." "What kind of donor does Mia need?" Steve asked. "She needs someone with O-negative blood type and specific tissue compatibility," Carmen replied. "The doctors say it's like finding a needle in a haystack." Steve turned to address his audience. "Ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful little girl needs our help. If anyone watching is interested in being tested as a potential kidney donor, please contact the National Kidney Foundation." During a commercial break, something unexpected happened. Steve pulled his producers aside. "I want to be tested," Steve said quietly. "Steve, what do you mean?" Janet Miller asked. "I want to be tested as a potential donor for Mia. I have O-negative blood type, and I'm healthy. I want to see if I could be a match." His producers were stunned. While Steve had always been generous with his time and money, volunteering to undergo major surgery to donate a kidney to a child he had just met was unprecedented. "Steve, do you understand what you're saying? Kidney donation is major surgery with real risks." "I understand completely, but look at that little girl. If I can save her life, how could I not try?" After the show, Steve privately approached Mia's parents with his offer. "Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez, I want you to know that I'm going to be tested to see if I could be a kidney donor for Mia. Carmen and Miguel were speechless. They had hoped that appearing on the show would help them find a donor, but they never imagined that Steve Harvey himself would volunteer. "Mr. Harvey, we can't ask you to do that," Miguel said through tears. "You barely know us. You're not asking me to do anything. I'm offering because that little girl deserves every chance to live a full, healthy life. And if God made me a match for her, then this is what I'm supposed to do." 2 days later, Steve underwent comprehensive medical testing at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. The tests included blood work, imaging studies, psychological evaluation, and extensive medical examinations to determine if he would be a suitable donor. The waiting period for results was agonizing for both families. Mia's condition was continuing to deteriorate, and doctors emphasized that time was running out. "Every day we wait, Mia gets sicker," her nephrologist, Dr. Sarah Mitchell, explained. "We need to find a donor soon, or we may lose the window for transplant surgery." 5 days after testing, Steve received a phone call that would change 2 lives forever. "Mr. Harvey, this is Dr. Mitchell from Phoenix Children's Hospital. I have incredible news. You are a perfect match for Mia. Your tissue compatibility is better than we could have hoped for." Steve felt a mixture of elation and nervousness. He was thrilled that he could save Mia's life, but he also understood the magnitude of what lay ahead. "When can we do the surgery?" Steve asked. "We can schedule it for next week if you're ready. But Mr. Harvey, I want to make sure you understand that this is major surgery for you too. You'll be in the hospital for several days and need weeks of recovery." "Dr. Mitchell, I've been ready since the moment I met that little girl." The news that Steve Harvey was going to donate a kidney to save Mia's life made national headlines. Medical experts called it unprecedented for a celebrity to undergo such major surgery for a child they had just met. But Steve was focused on only one thing: making sure Mia survived and could live a normal life. The night before surgery, Steve visited Mia at Phoenix Children's Hospital. "Mr. Harvey, are you scared?" Mia asked him. "A little bit, sweetheart. Are you scared?" "A little bit too. But Mommy says we're going to take care of each other. You're giving me part of your body so I can be healthy, and I'm going to take really good care of it." "That's right, Mia. We're a team now." "Mr. Harvey, why are you doing this for me? You don't even know me very well." Steve thought carefully about how to answer such a profound question from a 9-year-old. "Mia, sometimes God puts people in our path for a reason. When I met you, I knew you were special, and I knew that if I could help you live a healthy, happy life, that's what I was supposed to do. So God told you to give me your kidney?" "I think he did, sweetheart. I think he did." The transplant surgery took place on February 15, 2023, at Phoenix Children's Hospital. The surgical team, led by Dr. Jennifer Walsh, worked for 8 hours to remove one of Steve's kidneys and transplant it into Mia. During the surgery, both families waited anxiously in separate waiting rooms. Steve's wife Marjorie stayed with the Rodriguez family, providing comfort and support during the longest day of their lives. The surgery went perfectly, Dr. Walsh announced to both families. Steve's kidney began functioning immediately in Mia's body. Both patients are stable and recovering well. The recovery process was challenging for both Steve and Mia, but Steve insisted that his primary concern was Mia's progress. "How's our little girl doing?" was the first question Steve asked when he woke up from surgery. "She's doing beautifully, Mr. Harvey," the nurse replied. "Her new kidney is working perfectly, and she's already asking when she can see you." 3 days after surgery, Steve was able to visit Mia in her hospital room. The transformation in the little girl was already remarkable. Her color had improved. She had more energy, and for the first time in months, she looked like a healthy child. "Mr. Harvey, you saved my life," Mia exclaimed when she saw him. "No, sweetheart. We saved each other's lives. You reminded me what's really important in life. Does your tummy hurt where they took your kidney?" "A little bit, but it's worth every bit of pain to see you looking so healthy. Mommy says I have part of you inside me now, so we're like family forever." "That's right, Mia. We're family forever." 6 months later, Steve and Mia appeared together on his show for a follow-up that inspired millions of viewers. "Mia, how do you feel now?" Steve asked. "I feel amazing. I go to school every day, I play soccer, and I don't have to go to the hospital for dialysis anymore. I have my life back." "What do you want to say to Mr. Harvey?" "I want to say thank you for giving me your kidney, but also thank you for showing me that there are people in the world who will help kids they don't even know." Steve was visibly emotional. "Mia, you taught me that the best thing about having success and a platform is being able to use it to help people who need it most." "Steve, how has this experience changed you?" his audience asked. "It's taught me that real heroism isn't about being famous or successful. It's about being willing to sacrifice for others, especially children who can't help themselves." The most touching part of the follow-up was when Mia presented Steve with a drawing she had made. "I drew this picture of us together," Mia explained. "That's you giving me your kidney, and that's me being healthy and happy because of what you did." The drawing showed two stick figures holding hands, with hearts connecting them, and the words "My hero, Mr. Harvey," written in a child's handwriting. Steve's kidney donation to Mia sparked a national conversation about organ donation and inspired thousands of people to register as organ donors. Steve Harvey's decision to donate a kidney to Mia Rodriguez has saved not just one life, but potentially hundreds of lives, said Dr. Robert Chen from the National Kidney Foundation. The publicity from his donation has led to a 400% increase in people registering as organ donors. Today, Mia Rodriguez is a healthy, active 10-year-old who plays soccer, gets straight A's in school, and serves as a young ambassador for organ donation awareness. She stays in regular contact with Steve, whom she calls Uncle Steve, or simply, my hero. Steve has also become a vocal advocate for organ donation, using his platform to educate people about the critical need for donors and the life-saving impact of donation. "Having Mia in my life has been the greatest gift," Steve often says. "Yes, I gave her a kidney, but she gave me perspective, purpose, and a reminder of what really matters in life." Steve keeps a photo from the day after their surgery on his desk. A picture of him and Mia holding hands in the hospital, both recovering, but both smiling. It reminds him daily that the most important things we do in life are the things we do for others, especially for children who need our help. "Mia taught me that heroism isn't about cape and superpowers," Steve reflects. "It's about seeing someone in need and doing whatever you can to help, even when it's difficult or scary." The Steve Harvey Mia Rodriguez kidney transplant has become one of the most celebrated examples of celebrity philanthropy and humanitarian action, proving that true heroes are willing to risk everything to save a stranger's child. If this incredible story of life-saving heroism and the power of selfless love moved you, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. Share this video with someone who needs to see that ordinary people can be heroes and that one person's courage can save a life. Are you registered as an organ donor? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to ring that notification bell for more amazing stories about the heroes among us who sacrifice to save others.